Yo, what is up, YouTube, man? Today we're going to be talking about probably the most fun pass style for bigs throwing the fast break, and that's going to be the Magic Johnson pass style. Now, obviously, you guys can probably guess, in the half court, this pass style is a bit troll, but when you're in the full court, he takes it with one arm and he launches it like he's a pitcher in the NBL, like he's Tom Brady in his prime, and it's honestly really good for throwing fast breaks for the most part. I will say the passes are a bit low to the ground sometimes, so you may throw it off somebody's head. You may kind of get it intercepted to where if you had, the best pass style you could possibly have on, it might have went through. But even with all of that, I've been using this pass style for a while. A lot of you guys have been asking me about it, which one I've been using. And here it is. The first gameplay you guys are going to see is pretty much this pass accuracy at its best it could possibly be. You're going to see me throwing all kinds of fast breaks, just threading the needle. Now, obviously, it's not always this good first pass to start off right here. Do a bit of dribbling, throw it to my guy running down the paint. I will say, too, that is when it's throwing the best passes, when people are going for dunks rather than three-pointers. It still works for the threes, but the catches they get whenever they're cutting to the hoop on the fast breaks are much better. You can see me get the nice standing dunk right there. You will see, too, there is sometimes a bit of delay in the animation where your player switches their arms, or when he takes the second to kind of hoist his arm back. Now, right there, I don't get any delay, and I mean, that's just a perfect bullet pass on this build with this pass style. This build I'm using is my 7'1" slasher. I got 93 pass ac, Hall of Fame break starter. You can get this pass style at 84 pass ac, which is pretty good. You can have gold break starter or Hall of Fame. I will say it definitely works better on builds with the higher pass ac because all the troll things that happen, it can be negated a bit by just having a really good break starter level, having higher pass ac, so the passes get there faster. Once again, I mean, he switches arms, throws the bullet, and it works out beautiful right here. Rebound, my guys are out. I see Wyatt launch it to him. He's able to get a bucket off of it. Now, obviously, I'm not saying that this is a top-tier pass style for your big. LeBron James is what you're looking for if you want it for the fast breaks, LaMelo Ball overall. But I am going to tell you that it's not as bad as you might think. As a center, you don't really need to pass in the half court as much as you think. Now, there are some people whose play style is being more of a playmaker in the half court. And in those situations, it might not be for you. For me, I'm getting rebounds, I'm throwing the fast breaks, and when I'm getting hit in the half court, especially in the random rec where the offensive options are not as plentiful as playing with a squad or pro-am, I'm looking for the dunk, I'm looking for the drive, I'm looking for the post-up. I don't really have too much problems using this in the half court because I'm not passing too much in the half court. Now, you do see right there, I'm at half court and I make a pretty decent pass. It works out. You can see me, man. 10 assists, 2 turnovers, pretty good ratio off the inbound right here. My guy's down, so I'm launching it. Back-to-back, actually. We're in that point of the game where they're kind of done. They've given up. They don't want to quit and get that ban, and they've already played this long, so they're just trying to finish the game out with minimal effort. Get the block right here. 2-8 tenacity if you get a stop like that. So technically the pass ac in those passes is going to be 99. You can tell a bit of the difference. 99 pass ac, I do not recommend at all. 93 pass ac on a big is exactly what you want. You can go 87, but the difference between having 93 and 87 is pretty decent if you can afford it. And for the final assist of the first gameplay, number 15, he gets an and one dunk in transition. You're going to see right here, too, little bit of me just kind of hanging out in the paint. I was hoping I would get it for a meter dunk, and I kind of get it off the rebound. There it is. The game was never close, and a big reason for that was all the assists I was getting on the fast break. I've said this multiple times, and you guys will notice I try to make this a point in my videos. Being a center that can get your rec randoms points on the fast break goes such a long way. A lot of people are not that good at the game, so they can't really create in the half court. That's what I can do on this build, man. Go to the post, get some dunk meters in the paint. If they're struggling in the half court, I'm going to get them buckets on the fast break, and maybe, that'll get them some takeover, it'll get them some confidence, they'll get their heat checks, their 2-8 tenacities, and they'll be able to play a little bit better because of that. For the second game right here, this is what I would say is more of a, normal, not as great of a pass act as it could possibly be. There's definitely some games where I have the Magic Johnson pass style, and I do wish I had LeBron. I wish I had Halliburton, because the passes, they're not going as smooth as I would like. Now, how often does that happen? Just maybe like one game out of every 10 right here. Get the board, launch it. He gets a bad catch. Now, you may think, was that the pass style? Was that the pass act? I think if I had LeBron right there, he definitely gets a good catch.
Force feeding the shit out of him.
Right here, though, again, you know, not the cleanest catch in the world. I think if I had that LeBron kind of flick animation, it would have been a bit better. Still getting some assists and not really getting turnovers, so it's not really hurting too bad in my stats, but it's just, you can see it. They could probably get a couple more buckets if they didn't get some weird catches right here. Another fast break. Decent catch right there. This game is a bit closer, and as you guys can see, we're actually down. Not every random red game can be as smooth as the first one. They're actually getting back on the fast break. The guys on my team, they're not as good as running the fast break with the routes. I start racking up the turnovers a bit, which is unfortunate, but I get the nice post fade here. Right here, I'm patient. You can see I couldn't just throw it like in the last game. I kind of had to wait for him to get open, and you will see I am getting a lot of good passes as well. They're missing the shots a lot more than my last team. But there's still possessions like this where I throw it to somebody, he dots somebody else, they get an open shot. You get no stat for that. You get a pass to assist. But a lot of people, you know, they look at the assists, they look at the turnovers. They don't really care about the plays like that. But you got to be happy that you're actually helping your team win a lot more than the stats will show as a center right here. He does a weak layup in the paint. I'm there for the block. As the second quarter ends, you guys can see we end up going on an 11-2 run, and this is a very low-scoring game. You know, we're not even at 50 points at the half for both teams combined. He misses the free throw right here. Again, I gotta wait it out. They got two people back, but we got three. So as long as we space it out, we should be able to get a bucket on it. And once again, I make the pass to somebody that passes to another to score. It's not an assist, but it is just as good. Board right here. B's out. He's diving a bit, hitting the guy in the corner. They're kind of playing a bit of patty cake with the ball. He ends up going to something in the mid-range, hits the power forward in the paint, and we're able to get a bucket. Playing defense in the paint right here. Once again, man, being patient. Can't just throw immediately. Get it to this guy. He's kind of working himself for a shot. Hits me back with the dunk. And we just got to try to hold on to this 5-point lead. Them missing free throws is definitely helping us. Down the court. Fast break. Magic Johnson. Heave to the man right here. I get the ball. A little step back. I'm using the Wemby jump shot base. As you guys can see, I'm able to knock down the little mid-range shot. Offensive rebound, boxing out, wide down. Now, right there, I had to show that. If I had a better pass style, could go through, not always, but definitely could. So this is definitely showing you guys the weakness of the Magic Johnson pass style at its worst. But then again, I still had a good amount of assists. I could have had more. People were knocking down shots. But it's cool. We get the dub. I like Magic Johnson pass style. I think it's pretty good for the fast break passes. Not that good in the half court. I mainly use it because it is fun. It's something different. And you know, definitely give it a try. See what you guys think of it, man. If you guys did enjoy the video, if you want to drop a like and subscribe, of course, I do appreciate it a ton. Let me know any other pass styles you guys want to see that I haven't made a video on yet. I can definitely check them out for the bigs, for the fast breaks. Love that pass right there. He's going to knock down the backwards fade. That's the perfect ending of the video. I'm out. Peace.